Hi, I'm Andy OT at Avanti, and I welcome you to the second video to show you some more exercises and stretches for Avanti service users who may have had a stroke and may have high or low tone in their affected upper limb. Like in the first video, I encourage you to try to do exercises, the stretches to your hand, wrist, fingers as often as you can throughout the day. The more you try to work on that limb, potentially we're hoping to get more recovery and release the tension in those muscles. So yeah, please try to do them as often as you can, even if you're just sitting watching television. Rest that arm, maybe using a pillow in a nice position, but try to maybe get your fingers stretched out and just relax it onto your lap. So we will be doing the exercise like last time at a table, or in my case at a worktop. The equipment I'll be using is something you can roll, so like a water bottle or a can of food, and basically I'll give you time to go and get those, and then you can always pause this video and then restart when you're ready to start. So just to remind you that we encourage you to do these exercises, and actually you won't be able to do any harm to your limb, because your other limb will be encouraging the movement, won't actually allow you really to take it past that pain threshold. But please try to do the movement as much as you can, because you need to try to work through where the muscles are getting stiff, and obviously try to sort of do the exercises. The other thing to think about is your posture. Make sure you're sitting nice and upright. Give yourself a little bit of room around from the chair between you and the table. And during the exercises is obviously be working on your breathing, because the oxygen during the exercises you want to be getting down to the limbs, so obviously that's quite important. So when you're ready, so we'll just put the items to one side. So we always start with just having a warm up. So obviously just trying to get circulation going in the hand. Is just give it a good rub, just a good knead around those fingers, around the hand, around the wrist. So use your good hand just to really get that warmed up as much as you can. So we can do this normally for around about 30 seconds. That's it, just knead through those fingers. Okay, so the first exercise, having your weaker limb with the palm facing down, to bring the good hand underneath those fingers, and just to encourage the movement of that wrist. So just trying to bring that back as far as that feels comfortable, and then straighten. So you can do this either with your elbows resting on the table, or you can even have your elbows resting towards your chest. But we're still working on that movement of flexing and straightening. Concentrate on your breathing. So as you bring your hand up, breathe through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Good, do two more. Good, okay, and this time now we're going to work on a circular motion of your wrist. You're still holding your hand and using your good hand. Just try to move it in a clockwise direction. And again, just concentrate on that breathing. Breathing through the nose, out through the mouth. And two more. And change direction. 2 more. Okay. Now you can move your hand down more, a little bit under that wrist area, so you're supporting the thumb coming around the front of your wrist and then your hand coming around the back. So you just keep that wrist in a nice straight position. Often you'll find from the stroke that you'll have a flex in your wrist, but you want the hand to be sort of nice straight position. So now you've done that, you're going to actually bring that hand across towards your opposite shoulder, and more importantly try to make sure you have a little bit of room at the side around you as you're trying to bring that hand down and straighten that arm out to your maximum position, and then bring it back up. So breathing through your nose and breathe out as you come down. Good. Good, halfway. So we're doing repetitions of 10. If you find that a little bit hard, you can always drop it down to about 5. And if you find it a little bit too easy and you get it better, you can potentially work it up to maybe doing 15 or even 20. So the more that you're doing this exercise, is you're trying to encourage that movement in the arm, allows it to straighten out more. Okay, one more. Good. So with the arm still down by your side, next what we're going to try to do is try to encourage the arm to just lift up, coming out a little bit to the side of you. So just really good arm pushing out the side. As you can see, there's a little bit of room now underneath my armpit. Back in again. And out. Good. So breathe in as you go out. And breathe as you come back in. Hopefully you find as it loosens up a little bit more in that shoulder, you may be able to keep pushing it a little bit further out to the side. I always call this my chicken impersonation, so you're plucking your wings out to the side. Good, okay. And the next one again is working on the arm movement. So just bringing the arm slightly forward, a little bit up in front of you if you can. So try and get the arm to straighten. So try to not come any higher than your shoulder height, so almost level to your shoulder. So reach it forward. Try to extend and straighten the arm. And back. Good. So remember to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth to come back. So if you can, try to move it a little bit of different directions across your body. Maybe reaching forward a little bit to the left. Good. And then a little bit more to the right. So again, if you're finding this hard, You only need to do less, maybe 3 or 5, and obviously try to build up to 10. Good, and one more. Okay, so we're going to just slowly bring that hand back and place it down onto the table. And next we're going to do is just be working on those fingers, trying to get straightening those fingers. So just having a rub and a push down. And just trying to work on each digit. That's it, have a good massage and work around those joints. Okay, and if your fingers may be wanting to come up again, allow them to come up and then just push down, try to flatten it down. So it comes up and just flatten it down. So it's almost a bit like you're making bread, lots of kneading, so just slowly working through those fingers, trying to encourage them to come out and stay out. So for the purpose of this video, we won't do too much longer on this, but actually this is a really important one to do as often as you can. Ideally maybe every 2-3 hours. So say if you're sitting watching television, you can actually do this quite well, and potentially maybe rest your hand down on your lap and even use pillows. Just try to get that positioning that you're encouraging that hand to stay out flat as long as possible. So I'm going to use the bottle today. So you're going to bring the bottle across. So you're going to help your hand to come forward, to come around, help to grip around that bottle, help the thumb around if you need to on the others to come around it. And then your good hand can just basically come over the top of that weaker hand and just hold it into position, so you're basically gripping the bottle, or if you're using a can, and holding it quite tightly. Good, so what we're going to do now is going to just basically bring the bottle in towards you and to lift and move it forward. Or if it's easier for you, if it's just slide it, obviously maybe on a table, you may want to have a tablecloth just so you don't scratch your table. But basically we're looking at that motion of moving it forward and back. Try and encourage that arm to straighten out. I'm trying to keep a grip on that bottle. If you feel you've got a good grip on there with your weaker hand, you can always move your good hand to maybe come under and even support your wrist to keep that a bit straighter. So we're still moving it forward and back. So remember, inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you come back. The other combination to this one you can do is maybe do a little circle of that bottle in front of you. So that's coming forward, around, further forward, around and back. And if you can, do a slightly bigger circle. That's really good. And then change direction. So just start so a small circle. And then bigger. Okay, so we're going to place the bottle or the can down. I'm going to put that down flat, still try to keep your fingers on top. And this next one we're going to be doing is just small motion of rolling, but the good hand on top is trying to keep your fingers down flat and stop them falling off. So just that motion of trying to straighten them as you come back. Like bend, just go forward, fine. Slowly going to and fro. Again, just support those fingers on there. If you need to, also with the thumb underneath, support your wrist. Keep that in a nice and neutral position. I apologise, this bottle was a bit noisy. If you find it quite hard doing it with this object, you can maybe just keep your hand flat on the table and just keep it down maybe for a minute. Okay, this next one might be a little bit hard, but what we're going to try to do with your fingers still on top of the bottle or the can is trying to encourage each finger to move. So if you're able to move one finger at a time and just slight lift up from the bottle and then back down, that would be brilliant. If you find that's difficult to do, you can always use your good hand just to come a little bit consistent of just bringing one finger up at a time and then placing it back down. So assist that finger up, try and get nice straighten. Likewise with the thumb. All the time that you're doing this as well, try to tell the finger what you want it to do and encourage it to try to do it on its own. You likely will have to probably assist it to do it, but what we're trying to do is get the brain signal to send the signal down to the limb to actually be doing this movement on its own. And often from the stroke, that's often the issue where the brain signals aren't getting down to limb to work. So by actually telling and encouraging it to try to do that, is we're trying to get those brain signals getting back down there again. Good. Just keep just trying it one at a time, just straighten that finger. Good, okay, last two fingers. Okay, so we can now move the bottle or the can. Just pop the hand back down for a moment. Okay, so we're going to actually just, good hand to come underneath and to pick it up. So we're going to just finish off with a couple of stretches. So what we're trying to do is help to lift the arm up and bring that arm right across the body. Try to sort of pull it, and you should feel a nice stretch all along the arm and into the shoulder. Try to make sure that hand's also supporting under your wrist, and just come back. So we'll do 3 stretches of this one. So try to pull that across and hold for 5 seconds. Keep on breathing, of course. Good, slowly back. Okay, and one more stretch. Good, okay. And the other stretch we're going to do just with a hand, good hand, just try to push, have a hand back as much as you can and hold. Good. And then just come back straight. Okay, flex that again. And hold it for 5 seconds. Good. And one more. Good. So we always shake out that wrist and the arm. Good. Thank you very much. So well done. So keep on trying to do your exercises, and hope to see you again soon at Avanti. Take care. Bye.